Just a second. I'm just setting. Got to put some stuff into Discord for the recording. Right, we are there. Hey. Make sure we're right there and there. I think we're okay. I think we're streaming, and obviously people have got a link because we're working. Welcome. My name is Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia. And it's just turned 5:30 in the morning on a Monday for me. And for most other people here, it's a Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, I would say. Welcome, John and Anne and Tom and Tony and Helen.
Half eight in the evening here in the
half 8 in the evening.
Brian.
How you going, John?
You're good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Where are you located in the globe, John?
I'm in Kansas City, Kansas. Well,
okay.
Shawnee, Kansas.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. And Byron, welcome too. Well, the problem this evening is going to be is if you've got any socks on, I think you're going to have your socks blown off, but that's beside the point. All right, so we'll just see how we go. If you got, we call them thongs, but if you got flip flops on, that's it. They're just going to be gone. So. Questions, anything that you'd want to, hang on a minute, before, I better do this, hang on a minute, we'll do this also. I think I'll just put this on the screen just so that, share that. Okay, so just, welcome to this live analysis session, and you can read through that. There is a disclaimer and a few bits and pieces I think is appropriate to have up there. So how's it going? We don't win all trades, but what we're looking at is an edge to be able to get positive trades or profitable trades out of the market. So anybody wants a comment? What the hell's going on? What are we doing? Who's been trialing this? Anyone got a demo? Anyone got a live? No. Oh, Anne, you've got a.
I was going to say I've got a demo. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've also got not a demo, but you've got a prop firm account that you.
Yeah. Sorry, when I say demo, sorry, I meant challenge. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Challenge. Yeah.
You're doing challenge as well, John. Good, lovely. All right then. So what are any of the challenges that you've come across? Any challenges in the challenge?
A good one.
I think for me, it's all about just being boring. Just do
sit on your hands.
Risk 0.25%.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? If you get 0.25%, fantastic. If you get 0.5%, super. And protect. What I've thought is what I'm going to do is protect my 0.5%. And then if it wants to carry on, fantastic. If not, but that's because I'm not sure yet. I know you were talking about flagships and then building on, further trades. Whereas I'm sort of not at that stage yet. So I'm just doing the initial trade, protecting a bit of what I've got.
Protecting capital.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Helen? Where are you at?
I've got a hi Brian, first of all. I've got a fresh new challenge start tomorrow. So I've been playing with it on demo. But I've
Yeah,
got a
good.
challenge that starts from tomorrow. A free challenge.
Lovely. Oh, that's good. All right then. I'm not, how do I put this? I have been here long enough to not be optimistic enough that everyone's going to actually do something with it, right? It's up to each individual person to do what you want to do with it. As I said, whether it was last week or the week before, just get yourself a demo or do a demo chart, whatever you want, and just give it a try and give yourself the proof. Now, we have some, Tom has some fine tuning within this process. Now, if anybody's shocked by that, get over it, because this is a process of fine tuning. You're there, Tom.
Oh, I'm here. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Is he not onto his fine tuning of his fine tuning of his fine tuning by now?
Well, he's got the tuning forks out. That's the way this goes. Now, there's a couple of issues. If you hear a little ringing in the background, you'll know that the tuning is occurring, right? So, and it's not tinnitus, all right? This is proper tuning. So, take it away, Tom. I'll show the bits, the stuff. If you want to talk it, maybe give a lead up to this. You know, what are some of the advantages? I mean, I can't see any disadvantages of the current settings and what we have, right? Can't see anything. Yet, can that be improved? And what are your thoughts on that?
Here is only my suggestion.
Oh, well, here we go.
This is what I've been playing with. This is what I have found. And for me, this is my best setup. Whatever you guys decide to do on your own is up to you. I'm only
we don't have
sharing
to,
my experience.
Tom, we don't have to scrap everything we've learned already, do we?
You do not.
Okay,
Let me just start there.
Whew.
Everything you learned has been correct. You're looking for the colors to match.
Yeah.
You're looking for them to dismatch, and that's how you know. Because they got to match and they have to dismatch, if that makes sense.
This has got nothing to do with cuffs and collars. They don't have to match particularly.
They do have to match particularly.
Yeah, good. So they do have to match now, and then you know you've got the real deal. Okay.
Can I ask, when they dismatch, it means something else.
Hang on a minute, Tom. David, question?
Yes, you may have just been about to explain it. I was just going to ask, like, when you're saying dismatch, is that for getting out?
Or getting
I'll
in?
I'll explain all that real quick.
Or getting in.
Right. I'll explain that. I'll explain all that in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go through this once quickly so we can all be on the same page. So you're looking for matches and dismatches. So on this, we've been trading this correctly the entire time, but we're fighting against ourselves. And what I mean by that are, we're using lagging indicators. Lagging indicators will tell you what happened after the fact, right?
Correct.
So what you need is another lagging indicator to work with it.
We're going to be laggards.
One second. Let's adjust our indicators first to the right setting.
Okay.
So let's go to whole suite. It should be 25 and 1. And then save that as your default.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
25.
Easy. No, 25 and 1.
Yeah, mine was on 55. Been working. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, John, that's right. It's been working. Let's see how we can.
I can hear the ringing now. Go ahead.
Yeah, good. Lovely. Starting to ring. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, the next indicator is CMEMA trend bars. Change that to 18. Now go up to your toggle on your chart settings to the right.
Oh,
What?
what do you,
all the way
what,
all the way over to the right, where you're going to adjust your chart on the toggle to the right.
up here.
Yeah, to the gear. Yeah, go there. And go to symbol. And change all those to white.
All these.
Yep. Both sides, the greens and the reds. Change all of them to white, and I'll show you why. You guys may want to hold on a second while he does this, so you can see and understand what I'm talking about.
You want last?
Yep.
That as well?
Yep.
Or just untick it?
Nope. White as well.
Okay. Whitey tidy. Okay.
Okay. And then just okay that or something. You can leave that screen. Okay. So now, if you go up to, let's say, the bottom down here, where that long wick starts the red one.
There's another thing. Aren't we changing the candles?
I apologize. Absolutely. So here's the thing. So now we have our colors set. We have our our greens and reds set, correct? So the only thing that's been wrong the whole time was we had to be on Hakanashi candles. The reason being is they're considered a lagging indicator candle. So we've been fighting against our own time while the candles are supposed to be working with the indicators. So you turn on the Hakanashis to everything lagging in real time. So by doing this, now we can indicate where the strength of the trade is. We can see at the bottom where it created a box up and down. Would you just draw just a square little box around that, please? We know it's got to come out somewhere. It's got to come out somewhere. It can't go sideways forever.
No.
That's what we're looking for. So as you see it turn, the long red wick there, the first green candle that has a flat top with no wick, halfway in on that candle is your entry. And your stop loss is at the bottom of the wick. Could you put a placeholder in there for me? So just pause here for a second. Don't move it. What you're looking at is the first candle that has a solid top, and the wick is your stop.
In the buy, it would be a solid bottom. In a sell would be a solid top.
Correct.
Yeah. Does that make sense to people? Like this has got no wick out the bottom. It's only a wick out the top. We're in a sell, it's flat at the top and the wicks are out the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
As soon as you got wicks out top and bottom, that would be a fake out. But as soon as you got wicks out top and bottom, that's not going anywhere at that point. So when it's done this, and then you got engulfing with a flat bottom, the next one is like get in.
Correct.
What, at the beginning of the candle?
Beginning, middle, anywhere on that candle.
Anywhere you
okay,
can
so
on
yep,
that candle.
Or the next candle, or the next one, or the next one.
And the trick
well,
is,
yeah, but you
the
sort
trick
of,
is
you've
you're
missed the
only
you've missed
looking.
the bus at one point, haven't you? You know.
No,
No.
because, well, sorry, Tom, okay. And I'll answer your question. The reason why you haven't missed the bus is because it's broken out of the box. It's going to pull back bit. You can see how it pulled back to the box and then off it goes again, because it's actually changed that direction. And if you're looking at, well, I sort of said, you're looking at market structure, this push down, we've got consolidations either go down or go up, right? And it's more likely to go up because of the imbalance up over here. So once it's out of that box, you could get a trade here, there, anywhere there, or a second trade there. And then it pulls back again to the actual, now it's an 18. It pulls back to the 18. There's another trade. It pulls back to the ribbon. It couldn't further. You could get into another trade at this point. Anyway, so to answer to your question, Anne, it's not late to the bus. That's just the best opportunity. These are just additional opportunities. That's what I'm explaining.
Sorry, could I just, I know I'm being a bit thick here, but you know, the GAN box there, so what was the 50%, the 0.5? That was the best entry, and that was the first candle after the flat bottom.
No,
Right,
not the GAN box.
No, that's why I said don't use the GAN box. Use any box you want. It doesn't have to be numbered. That's the point I was trying to make.
I take it off.
Confuse you, Ann.
That's okay. That's Brian's fault.
Yeah. It's
no, that's why
totally...
I was stressing don't use the number box because it'll throw people off.
Whoops. Sorry.
It's not the number, Ann. It's where you're located on the candle.
So if I can just explain, Tom. So you've come. There's the two, and so from David's point of view. When he was saying color change and where to, and this is where it'll be explained. You have the here. Okay, let's look at this one example. Red in the ribbon goes green, but you have a red 18. Stay in the trade. It goes red again, right? This is potentially an opportunity for another trade here. When you do that and you see that and it doesn't turn green. I'm going to turn this 200 off, right? Just so it doesn't get confusing at the minute. We're only looking at these three. Yeah. Sorry. We're only looking at these three things: red ribbon, red candles, red line, right? They all need to match up. It continues down. When it pulls up here and you get green, you're going to stay in, but then when it turns green there, on the 18, that is in, that is out. In, out. And the point that Tom's making is, sorry, that's in up there, that's out here. And if you can't see it, I'll explain. Well, we'll go through a couple examples. What it does, though, it gives you one, a tighter stop loss on entry, and two, you're not giving away as many pips on exit. All right, that's the main sort of addition to these changes that Tom's suggesting at this point. Sorry, Anne, you were saying?
I was saying on the last session, I was saying if we could tighten up the stop loss, that would be fabulous. And this does that. So
well, yeah, and it doesn't mean that this won't be tuned any finer. And this is a
another test.
This is just a strategy that's in its processes, and there's only so far that you can tune it, but we'll in a human reality.
Is that a challenge for Tom?
No, it's not. Not at all. Or for any of us. Or for any of us. This is not just, again, up to Tom. So one of the things
for a second.
Yeah, go for it, Tom.
Okay. So as we're moving down this line, when you're looking for a place to get in, don't worry about the ups or downs. You're looking for the red line that's going to cross and it's going to be on the inside. It shouldn't break it, like Brian said. He's absolutely right. Your next trade setup is at the top of the next flat red candle,
which is this one here.
Up, way up at the top, way up at the top. See those
up
two
here.
little green candles there?
Oh yeah, you want to explain this bit? Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you can see, as you should be in this trade by now, because it went red, red, red. You had your full candle without. There's your entry right there at the halfway point of that candle without a wick. Your stop is at the top of the green. Okay, so there's your trade. You're in this trade. Now, you see that green little candle up there at the very top? Down?
Oh, here.
Yep. See, it's green?
Yeah.
Where is the top of the next red flat candle?
Which is the one after it.
That's your entry.
Yeah. And
Your
you can
stop loss.
It's just above that.
You can put it above that, or you can put it back at the top of the very wick if you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Where your original stop loss is.
Yeah.
Wherever you want. See the next red one?
Well, they're all
Does it
red.
have a wick?
No, it doesn't. That doesn't.
That's your next
that
entry.
doesn't.
See the
That
next
doesn't.
one?
Yeah.
That's your next entry. You see the one with the wick?
Yeah, just here.
Don't take it.
Yeah, correct. Well, you won't know until you won't know until once it creates a wick, then because you'd have to wait for production of that candle.
Correct.
And you might not.
Candles,
Yeah, but you might not know until after the candle's completed, though, Tom.
correct. So you're taking, as soon as there's no wick on the top,
Yeah.
that's your entry.
Yeah.
Because the candle's going to come halfway up.
Yeah.
Wherever that
Yeah.
candle is in there,
Yeah.
you know, you have 3 hours. You're
Yeah,
sitting there watching it.
If you can't see it, what Tom's saying here is, see this candle on the left. This candle comes halfway up to the previous candle. This candle comes halfway up to that previous. This candle comes up to halfway of that previous. This candle comes up and puts a wick above the half. Can you see
Where's your
that?
stop loss?
No, if you put a
The
fib on
candle
that,
before.
if you fib that one, that one that comes above the half is probably a 68, isn't it?
A what?
Yes, probably, Anne. But I don't think Tom's concerning. Yeah, correct. You're right.
You got 3 hours to do it. I mean, it's not like you're in a rush, is it? You could,
No.
you know.
No. If it pushes up past the 50%, then it's not a potential trade. That's
yeah. Or even wait, see if it touches the 68 and starts coming back again, maybe. Yeah.
correct. I'm just giving you potential additional trades that you can, once it starts going, it goes, and there's, in the first instance, there is a number of potential trades. You could do the growth, you could be, you know, as I said in the gross movement, you have a trade here. This could be another potential trade. This could be another potential trade. And that's it. Oh no, here it could be another potential trade. So when it pushes back up and you get green candles, because you can't really see them all. Let me turn that off. See how they turn green on the push back up and then start going back down, because that's still red and that ribbon's still red. When it's green there, you might go, ooh, but that's Tom's saying there's lots of other potential trades all the way down there, stacking if you so choose.
Don't take the wick ones.
Yeah.
Take the flat top ones.
In a downtrend.
Yeah.
And in an uptrend, take the flat
Take the
bottom
flat
ones.
don't take the wick ones.
Yeah, correct.
And the box down at the below, same with the top of the box at the top. It's going to create something before that turn.
Yeah, which you see over here, this. And we've known this, Tom. I mean, I've spoken about this so much. I mean, in consolidation, it's going to break out up or down. You just got to wait for whichever the direction is.
Right.
So
Can
here,
you put a box around that?
Yeah, sure. I can put a box. I'll just do a rectangle, so I don't put numbers. Where is it?
Yeah, don't go putting numbers. You upset people.
No, just a rectangle. How's that? This is just a rectangle, like that.
Sorry, Ann, I don't get upset. I get excited. So I apologize if I come off gruff. I do. I know I do, and I apologize.
No, not at all. I think it's delightful.
Yeah. Is that all right, Tom, like that?
Yeah. So just start looking at it like this. If you got a big push up somewhere, look for it to make a box before it comes out. It's going to make something. It's going to make a big wedge or a box or a pennant or something.
Yeah.
Something recognizable. It's going to get confusing. When you're confused, don't trade it.
Yeah.
Because you got so many opportunities down on each one of these candles.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to come in late.
Let me just take this example here. I just want to do this. Tom, is that okay? We'll just talk about here. So people would, because this is where you're not going to win every trade. Yet, with these settings, you will minimize your loss, if that makes sense. Yeah. So if you go by the colors, and as I said before, price coming down. We've got red ribbon, stay in, changes to green. I'm going to stay in, but the 18 changes, you're out. Okay. It turns green, and you have a flat bottom candle. You may choose at that point, if this is just, you don't have to think about this, you may get into that trade for a buy. Yeah. You've got a flat bottom, but the point is you wouldn't get in on that candle because that's the first one. You want to see what it does with the second candle, and it goes up and it goes down, and that basically is not an opportunity. If though you said in the production of that candle, I'm getting in for a buy, and then it pulls back down here, let me show you. Long position, you have got in on the next candle somewhere here, whatever. You put your stop loss down there. It's 18. And if it comes back and you've got 0.25% or whatever, you would potentially, if you leave it, you would lose that trade. But if you see that pulling back to that point, back to even break even or a little bit more, kill the trade. Because it's not, hang on. If it is truly a trend change and a direction move away from current, it will not break. It normally will not break the entry. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wanted to, you could have your stop loss at break even if you wanted to, even when you get in the trade. So you would conserve your capital from that point of view. Okay, let me just get rid of that. And you don't have to, or you have 0.25% and it goes to your stop loss, like whatever, right? Then what happens is you get a candle here, a flat top, it turns red, and you go like, okay, I'm going to get into this trade. Yeah, let's do another one. So you're right, it's going off, it's going to continue this sell. So you have color change. This is the next candle. I'm going to get in at 50% of it, roughly, as it's created. I'm going to put my stop loss up above this previous candle. Yeah. Where am I? Yeah, there. And it basically comes around and stops out. If this continued down, you'd be in plus. I don't know how much that would be. You'd be up by, 60 pips or something. And then it's turned around and coming back. When it comes back up here, once that turns up, you could actually pull your stop loss down to break even, or you could leave it up at there if you want to. And again, you got 0.25%, right? Stops you out. I'm just wanting to do this just scenario so you can see it, right? Done. So say you stopped out again, right? So, and again, so it turns green. This candle comes up, it turns green. That's green, but this is red. They don't match. You're not going to get into this trade because that's red, that's green, which is different to there, which is different to there. Right? So you're not in this trade at this point. It turns red. You get this candle here. Yeah, you got red, and this one is, I can turn that off for a minute. So this one becomes a blue, which isn't going to, there. So you're not going to take this trade, and it's got a wick up. You're watching. This turns green. The 18 turns green, ribbon turns green, candle's green. Next one is the entry. There you go. 50% of that one. Stop loss there or down there. You could, if you wanted to, put your stop loss right there. But what Tom has suggested, you put at the end of the wick of the last candle before this sort of, you'd call this a decision-making candle to a certain extent. Have I done that justice, Tom?
Yeah, what you're trying to fight against are last second, like split second.
Yeah.
The market just slams before it takes off again.
Yeah, but it's not split. But Tom, it's not split second. It's 12 hours, 9 hours. I mean, yeah, it's still very relaxed in what you're doing with it.
True. I'm saying like on big news days and stuff.
Yeah.
How they just like slam price real quick to take it in another direction.
Yeah.
Just to get everybody. So I'm just saying that's a conservative safety measure for me. If it's at the top of the wick, I'm not worried at all. Actually,
no. But this instance, it could be there 38.
Well, it also could be at the top of the ribbon.
Yeah, which is there,
right there.
Or the bottom of the ribbon. You mean? Yeah,
right. Or it could be at the top of the last solid, no wick candle.
You mean the bottom of it, just there? Yeah.
Yeah, the one above it.
No, that's the entry. You're in the middle of the entry. Oh, well, you mean you could go to the, well, you would have, you don't know that that's the bottom yet, but yes, you could. You could play with it.
Exactly. I'm saying for people not having this in their mind yet, I would suggest the wick.
Yeah.
Just for mental comfort.
Yeah.
You may not make as much, but that's okay.
Yeah. But not making as much is a consideration in your journey in your trading journey, though. It's about concern.
That'll only come with repetition, though.
Yeah. But the two things I think, Tom, that I think are important is the capital conservation, and the other thing is to make a profit. Don't worry about the number at the start. That's sort of where those two things are pretty important. I mean, once you can get really familiar with it, then it's actually increasing your percentage gain in a trend direction, the way I see it anyway. Now, questions? And by changing the colours there, Tom, none of these are white, red, because I think it's this trend bar takes. Oh, sorry, that Heiken-Ashis take over. So if I take it off the Heiken-Ashis, go back to the white like that.
Oh no. Mine's just the wicks. Actually, it's just the
no, the wicks are there too.
Why did yours do that?
Yeah, because you've got it also as the surround. No, that's it is surround and wick. It is. It's actually the outside border and the wicks turns white. But in Heiken-Ashis, it's the same. It's just that they're white. It doesn't surround it for some reason.
Well, the only reason I have those on there is because it separates them better.
Yeah. It shows the wicks.
You get better visual separation. You can see the wicks better. The whole thing. And what you're trying to do is catch that last little wick, no matter how small it is, to be able to see it.
Oh, these are. See, that didn't change on this now. Because I'm on Heiken-Ashis, maybe.
Oh, that's because that's your old settings, right?
No, it's because I did it on
regular candle.
What is going on here? Who's done this? I hope you didn't do this. There we go. Now I've got it. See that the can.
Now it makes those wicks really easy to see.
Yeah, easy to see. None. Yep. None. Yep. None. Yep. None. Yep. None. Yep. They're done. So, who's got their tinnitus corrected?
I don't believe it. I think there's more tuning to do. Tom will think of something in a minute. Give him a minute.
No. But that does that. Yes.
Have you tried adding 7 more indicators and just completely overwhelming it?
The question, David, is why?
So when the wicks are top and bottom on the candles, does that mean range?
They're indecision.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just an indecision of buyers and sellers fighting each other, basically, and that's basic candle principles. When something has a flat bottom, it means that the buyers are in control because it doesn't allow the sellers to poke below the price that buyers want it to keep. Where if it's got a flat top, it's going to be a sell candle because the sellers won't let the buyers push up above where they want it as a hard selling option. Does that make sense, Byron?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And anytime you got wicks in and out, particularly here, see how that is wicky down the bottom, a little wicky up top, wicky down the bottom, a little up top. Now it goes crazy wicky each end. This is indecision. And that could be part of you, like, what the hell is going on here? And then it does this change candle and then off it goes. And again, you've got 3 hours to decide, or 9 hours, or 6 hours, or 12, or whatever. But, the point is, I got that sell. I got that. I'm in that buy. That's the simplicity of this. Yes, I've got larger stop losses, and yes, this will allow me to have tighter stop losses, potentially. All right.
Hey, Polly.
Oh, hello. Morning, you guys. How you going? Pa's a bit busy just for the moment. Okay.
Are you ready for the
No, I'm on a call now, chatting with a few people. So, can you go organise what you need to do? You get your stuff ready for school.
No.
No. Okay. Rightio.
I'm just hungry.
Oh, we'll go and organise. We'll get someone then to help you with breakfast. Okay?
Well, Mom and Dad are not awake yet.
They're not awake. Oh,
No,
maybe go talk to Nana.
no, they're still asleep.
Sorry, guys.
I love
This is-
this. I just love
Think, a little bit of think music time.
it.
Right, so there we are. Questions, feedback.
Practice it on other pairs. Don't just look at one pair and go, it works. Try it on other
Yeah,
pairs because
yeah.
they all move differently. And some are very wicky and jaggedy. I stay out of those pairs. I'm looking for smooth runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we this week sort of try and between us all find smooth pairs? And it's like you said last week about the GA, Brian. Yeah, it's wiki, and you know what? Why make life hard for ourselves if we can sort of go? If we can find a dozen that are not, then hey.
Yeah, see this?
It's like gold is definitely not. I'm sorry, but I don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah,
gold is not for this.
Well, does the Heiken-Ashi not help in any way of making these less crazy? You'd imagine.
It actually, no, it does. It makes it less crazy. It just lags though, which is fine. But what it does, David, is it's confirming. It does give you that sort of red example here. This is in gold, and I agree with you, Anne. Unless you're a little bit of a seasoned trader, I wouldn't trade gold with this strategy at maybe your early point of understanding. I do think it will work on gold. Well, you only got to look here. That is.
Where's your entry?
I'll tell you. I'll show you. Russell, that candle here, 50% of that one there. You could put your there.
No, it's 50% of the wick one.
Yeah. No, of the one that's got no wick at the top because we're in a cell. So
why
it's 50%.
Have I got a black screen? Is it just me?
It must be you.
Right. Okay. Oh, there. It's here. I'm back. Yeah.
Tom, I've got red, that candle with wick at the top. It's 50% of the next candle, which is around that point just there.
Well, I have it as.
How will you know it's 50% of the candle while the candle's still forming?
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, because it's 50% of it's this candle here.
That's what I said, Helen. I'd be fibbing.
Once the candle has been created, this candle has been created and you have a flat top, it's 50% of it on the
next. You're absolutely right.
The opening of the next candle.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's there. That's why I've got the entry there, 50%, which is the top of this one.
To understand how you. So you're actually entering on the next candle. You're not entering on the 50% of the previous candle.
Well, you are entering on
the next candle at 50% of the previous candle.
Yes, Helen. Yes, you've got it. Yes, spot on. And then you would play with your stop loss, whatever. Well, you could do top of the wick, you could choose top of the ribbon, you could choose top of that candle, the previous candle. Now that is, and I'll tell you, that's 35 pips because it's 350, and that's 1,000. So that's 100 pips down there on gold. You have no swaps on gold. There's a few bits. Anyway, I don't want to go through that. So, but and look at the jump up here. Like turns green, flat bottom, beauty. Next candle, 50%. Thank you. Oh no, not that one. Sorry, this one. Well, it could be that one because that's there.
Well, it just has to not be.
It's either there or there.
It just has to be not touching that inside line.
Correct. Oh, okay, not touching the line. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's an interesting factor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the charges have disappeared.
So
That's good.
not touching the trend line. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It has to be the,
yeah, correct.
It has to be the last hard top candle that doesn't touch that.
Okay.
Hard, flat bottom.
So you
Let's
get
not
in
touch
on
it.
the next one after that one. Yeah. Because you couldn't get into that one because, as Helen said, otherwise you wouldn't know it wasn't going to go down and touch it.
Yeah, correct. Well, here it could be that you're in a cell to a cell. You've got a flat top. You wait for this one. It's not a flat top. So 50% of that there, you could put trade, but the problem is that's got a wick at the top. So it's still indecisive as such, even though you've got red, flat top, red, and a red line, red ribbon, red 18. Yeah, see how it's got a little wick at the top? No, don't do it.
Yeah,
because
but you'd be already in it because
no, you wouldn't.
Flat top.
You wouldn't. No, because it only just turned red. That's a green candle.
Gotcha.
This would be the 3 hour of, oh shit, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
We've got a red ribbon. I've noticed the red ribbon. It's now turned on the 18 red. This candle's completed. I'm not taking it on this trade. This is only just like the sign. Then this candle here gets created and has a little wick at the top. And I go, nah, I need a flat top. And then this candle gets created and it jumps up. It's like, nah, stay out of it. This is a reason to stay out of this trade because of this.
I'll take it back about the gold then. I'll say now we've got the ringing bells on the flat tops, etc. I will have a go and look at that. I'll re-look at it.
Yeah, look,
you wouldn't take that.
Sorry.
I was going to say you wouldn't take that down anyway because there's no clear space between the candle.
No,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's another rule. That's another part of the rule.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom, just out of interest, how did you come up with the new settings?
Completely made them up. I played with them and played with them and played with them. I said, you know what? If because originally it was set at 55 and we were playing with 35 and 45. I was like, well, wait a second. If we can move this thing, then let's move this thing. So let's see where it works best. So I just tried a variation of moving the ribbon to where the candle started turning red. So it gave me just a little bit earlier notice because if you notice, it's red even though the candle's green. So I look at these as a turning sign. This is, you got to stop and turn right. That's a stop sign. Yeah. And then it was like, okay, well then let's add the lower time frame ribbon to match up with the red candle.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, well then if it's the red candle that has the wick has crossed and turned this red, now we're red, red, red. I'm going to take that entry. I'm going to make the next candle my entry at the halfway point, and I'm going to put my stop loss at the last green candle before it turned red.
Yeah, which in this instance is here, this candle, and put it at the top of the wick, which happens to be just above the ribbon change anyway.
If it goes down like over here to the left and it starts wobbling, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be in because it's still creating that, because the next candle is the opportunity. And if it puts a little wick at the top, then even if I've set up an entry there, then
you're too late.
Well, you're not too late. It's already shown you. What do you mean?
I can tell you why you're too late.
What do you mean too late?
See the green candle before the red one?
Yeah.
Okay, see that red candle that had no top on it with no wick? The red one right next to it?
Yeah.
That's your entry candle. On the next candle, you're already in that trade. You have red,
I wouldn't
red.
be. Yeah, but I wouldn't be, Tom. What?
You'd have to be.
No. A couple of
Let
reads.
me explain why you'd have to be though.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to follow the rules are, I'm only saying following the rules. Your education and know-how of this thing works has to come to you. I'm saying we're following the rules. The rules are red, red, red. There's no wick at the top. You get in.
But what about the gap between the EMA?
It doesn't matter. It could just simply just roll off this ribbon and just head on down. You don't know. But the fact that you don't know, because it's doing this up and down thing and not moving, it still has not. If you could put a placeholder in there for me.
Sure.
So you got in on the candle. You're at the top of the green wick behind it. There you go. So even if you just took that trade on the candle after the green wick, it turned red, you got into that next candle at the halfway point, it still hasn't come back to stop you out until that candle turned green. But if you look, the red candle before it, the ribbon was already green.
Yeah.
So you're already out of the trade.
Yeah. Yeah, because the ribbon turned green.
The ribbon should not turn green if it's truly in down.
Right, you don't mean the ribbon, you mean the 26 or the 18 or whatever.
Yeah, the 18,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, not the ribbon. Yeah.
So, by
right,
following the rules, it did work. It did go down like it's supposed to. It didn't go far, but it immediately told you to get out because that ribbon turned green.
Yeah.
Right, we've either got, so we're either
The
having
vibe is off.
something that
It's
says
that disconnect. It's disconnecting from each other. It's making that box. See that box it just made of the red and the green that can't decide?
Yeah.
Draw a box around there. That whole section.
Yeah.
Look at that. There you go. It's got to come out of that box someplace, right? So as we can see, it's turning out the box. And if you watch where it turns back green, it's the candle that does not touch the 18.
Yeah. Just
but
that,
then you
that
can't have that rule then, Tom. You can't say it's the candle that doesn't touch the 18 when the sell
over here.
Say, no, that doesn't matter. Well, like, either it does matter or it doesn't matter.
I think it does matter.
I think it does matter, in which case I agree with you, Brian. You wouldn't get into that sell.
No, Tom, it's okay. Tom, what we're explaining, here, see where, I'm going to get rid of this placeholder. See where that candle is away from the 18. Over here, these candles never really pull away from the 18 and never the other side of the 18. I think that's what Anne's saying, and that's what I was
I'm just trying to say,
agreeing with you both.
Yeah,
I know. But I'm also
I'm agreeing with you both.
I know.
All I'm doing is talking from the side point of you got to follow the rules. That's how it's gonna help you.
In
your trading to get in earlier and get better trades. I understand that you guys would not take this. Neither would I. It's a mess. I'd just stay out of it. But I'm just saying, you got to get in your head straight that this is the rule. When the opportunity pops up, you got to be able to see it.
Right, Tom, would it not be then sensible if we're having the rule that it's got to be away from the 18, that is the rule? You know, we're not saying, oh, that's the rule, so you got to go and say it's got to be away. Go on.
And totally with you, right? So if that is the rule, not everybody will follow a rule. I think this is what Tom's saying at this point. I don't want to preempt. And Anne, Tom is agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, Anne. that is the rule. But the point is not everybody follows the rule, because some people are click happy. Some people are scalpers and they go, I can see this opportunity, I'm going to get it. I have developed more patience. I can see a wick at the top of that. So for me, it's not on the other side of the 18. One, you know, and two, it's got a little wick at the top as well. So that also is a discount for me, because I'm not getting in on that first candle anyway. Even though that's red, 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 I actually want the second one to agree with it, and it's the third where I would enter. That's me. So again here, green. So you got green, 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 which that basically is the first opportunity. I wouldn't be taking that one. I would take the entry would be after this candle is created here, because it is also away from the 18. Now you could take it at this candle, but I'm probably more conservative. I'm back over here. Now, what I'm talking about playing with, and this is me, not anyone else, I'm talking about you would take the trade here, and where I would put my stop loss, if it's truly moving, I'd put it down here. Now it's 19, even though this is 196. It's just the way that gold operates. So I would take it at 50% of this candle. Once it's created, I would then go, right, beauty, I'm going to get in. Basically, once that candle is finished being created, I'm basically in that trade. If it pulls down and breaks that, then I'm not supposed to, well, not that I'm not supposed to, it's not truly taken off, right? So we are all, Tom and myself, we're all talking the same thing. And yes, there are solid rules on this. People will change the rules. Like, for example, this stop loss, maybe what this should be is down at the ribbon or down at the bottom of that last red candle wick. Right?
Or
that's
he
a
could
rule.
have got in sooner. Or
Yeah,
he could have, he could have did half the stop loss and you know, one pin stop loss. That's what I'm trying to say, Em. There just has to be set rules to make this work.
Mm. There's conservative.
Experience is going to add to it.
Correct. Yeah. So, and you're right. It hasn't gone over it. It hasn't gone over there. I wouldn't take that trade, and I wouldn't take it also. Another confirmation has got a little wick at the top. Get out, stay out. Then when it has this and this, you see I'm getting in a little bit later here. This is like, what time's that? London Open. Thank you very much. Into it. And I can see a push. That would be nice. Put me stop loss up here, 19 pips. Thank you. And then up it goes.
Right, can we just have a look and see what SFF looks like when you lay it over?
We certainly can.
Please.
Yes. You're very polite, aren't you? I love it. SFF. There we go. There it is. That's what I've got as my settings currently.
That's the long wave, isn't it?
I think so. Hang on. Let me. Double wave. It's on 10.
Oh, it's the one above. That's the short wave. Okay.
26.
Yeah.
Well, it's neither, is it? Because
No,
it's 6 to 13. You've got 26. Okay.
You got to remember this is gold. You got to remember this is gold here. If we go to another
and where does it give us where does it give us an entry? Sorry, it's probably down below at the bottom of the previous.
Yes,
low,
it is. Down here. A wave up here.
You've got the wave up on.
Yeah, it would knock you out, and then you'd have to get back in again, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Well, I can't even see the wave up. Oh, is it that little diamond?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Unless you put, now when it would agree, of course, is if you put it at the bottom of the ribbon, it wouldn't knock you out.
Yeah.
What sort of stop loss is that? 18 down to, so it's what, 80, isn't it? Yeah.
But anyway, that's let's just go back to some pairs rather than gold, because I don't want to confuse too many people. Yeah, that's your CAD-J. You can go and look at all these others. I was going to, when times haven't, I wanted to sort of look at potential pairs for people that might want to look at getting into trades at the start of this week. But we may leave that. We'll just see how we go with it. Say, for example, AUD-CAD, AUD-CHF, I've been watching that. I mean, look at that. That was entry in here or here because you got red. That would have been a nice entry at the end of last week. Just whoop, there.
Well, from what we're saying, it's still a nice entry. That's still a flat candle.
Yeah,
now.
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's right. And what else? I mean, all these other ones. So Euro AUD, you'd have to go back and look at some of the ones too. Like this is also. That's the last day of trading there. You've got, London Open, off it went, right? Green. Flat bottom, get in. You're up. Euro JPY. Again, go. Euro NZD. Again, go. Euro Singapore. Interesting. You'd want to watch here. You got green, whether we get a green there, and this could be the buy on there. Euro USD. These are my purple pairs. Like I'm waiting here for a change, right? You can see this may keep continuing. So you might want to, depends on what happens here, get into the sell back down here somewhere. GA, no, I'm not going to, at the moment, it's changed for that. It's going to go back into the sell maybe pretty quick. Euro, GBP CHF, that is still, actually,
So can I pause right there for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Can you go back to your last pair?
Yeah, where was it? GA, yep. There you go.
Can you shrink that a little bit? Okay, that's good. Can you draw a trend line there for me?
Sure can.
Across the top?
Yep, sure can. Oh. There.
And then one for the bottom too.
Yeah.
Now channeling.
Yeah.
So what we're looking for now is something to break. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. It's either going to shoot down and continue that trend down because it's channeling.
It's going to break and go up and break the previous high up over here.
Right. So now we're looking for it to break. That's how we're having also more confirmation, because as this travels through, it's going to make natural, what do you want to call these? Natural
waves,
channels and patterns. That's what I'm looking for.
Patterns and formations.
Natural patterns. So natural patterns are going to help you. They're not your answer. All they're going to do is guide your eyes to, oh, look, it could possibly go down into the channel a little further, or it could possibly break and go up. That's all that's offering you. It's not telling you to buy or sell anywhere in there. So just get the idea of, he just went from a channel to now a broadening power.
The reason why I did that is because this looks like it has potential to push up a bit further before it pulls back down. So that's all.
I was thinking if you were going to follow the rules, you would get in for a buy. It doesn't,
correct. Yeah, correct.
because you don't know where that buy is going to stop. It could stop, 1,000 pips away.
Well, just remember though, tomorrow, when market opens in another half hour, less than a half hour, it's like things have to sort of move around from the weekend's news and crap. And I'm still, just let things settle a little bit.
Yeah, because if you were looking at that pair and going back to what we were talking about, Brian saying about getting in at conservative entry, etc. You've waited for it to move away from the 18 line. Everything else is green. Yeah, you would get in. There'd be no reason not to.
Correct.
So maybe it's knowing that a pair is choppy. That's the one that actually says, no, just leave that pair alone totally,
Oh, until you get the skill to be able to understand trading with choppiness too.
Yeah.
All of this comes down to
smoother. Why make hiccups for yourself, Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be away from home for the next 3 mornings or 3 sessions as such. Yeah, I am. I'll have my laptop. I will see how I go to try to host the session at the same time. I'll see whether my obligations allow me to. So I'll probably put I certainly will in our chat. I'll put those or in Discord as well. But I'm planning on it. We'll just see how we go. Yeah. Now, that's right. We have our chat that we can put down. Hey, have you seen this pair, that pair? This is doing this. We can all do that within that chat as well. Yeah, and where am I? I think I did. Did anyone see that I posted? Oh, hey, how are you? Zoe's there. It's Glenn. How are you? Now, Glenn, I also need to get you so that you can watch the recordings as well. I got to do that. So I'll organise that this morning. The recordings are actually all in Discord. So I sort of need to get you into there to be able to do that. Okay, no worries. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, my C Trader. I can share that, or did you in the chat? I'm pretty sure I listed. This is currently where my C Trader is at. There's just a demo account, just so you know. This week I'm looking at a funded trading, but these are the pairs at the moment that I'm still in. As I said, I lost 3 trades and gained 4. I'll give you the history. Where's my history? There. Don't worry about these 2 down here. These will just play around ones in the demo. So won 4 trades, lost 3 trades, right? They're the number of pips. They were just dollar amounts on that account. But actually, we don't need to do the dollar ones. We'll just do the pips, just so you know. So the 88, 160 thing, 124, and then it's 148, 161, 320, 54. So they were the gains since I started it that I closed out in positive. These are the ones, and it's actually this last one, NZD-JPY. I actually closed it. The other 2 actually came back to the stop loss, just so you know. And they're the current positions that I'm in. All positive. So I'm looking at taking some more trades this week and also maybe replicating them on a funded trading. We'll just see. I'm just being transparent about the whole thing. And thank you, Tom. I think some of the fine tuning that's occurring will be will be very helpful. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
thank
was
you.
excited, I was so
Very,
excited, I
very
couldn't wait to tell you guys.
No, great work. Fantastic. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
all cool. All cool.
Can I just say, I've been working all last week. I watched the first one of these a week last Thursday when you went through it in detail.
Yes.
And then I've spent the whole of today watching every recording since then. Yeah. So I've seen it transform from the very beginning to where we're at now in about a 6-7 hour period today. And where it is now to where it was.
So you're a repeat offender, Tony. You've been hooked.
Yeah, but it's unbelievable how it's transformed. For you, it's taken a week or 10 days to go from the original concept to where it is now. But that's happened to me in 7 or 8 hours today.
Yeah.
So my mind's obviously all over the place. But
and Tony, can I ask, after watching it through those hours, is it actually relatively clear the rules or the parameters and the potential? It's both of those things.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's why I've wanted to comment is I've seen it sort of grow. Where it's grown over a 10-day period for yourselves, I've seen it grow today from, the concept to where it is now.
Yeah.
It's clear this last hour has sort of muddled it a little bit for me because it's just changed the whole concept of where my mind was at. But I can also see the benefits of using the Heiken-Ashi and the smooth bottom or top candles. I can see that as well. And I just can't wait now to get it. I'm itching to get some trading done tomorrow with it.
Lovely. Just sit on your hands. Just be patient, Tony.
It'll be on a demo account, trust me, for now.
Yeah, and that's okay.
The concept,
Yeah, and reevaluate any trade you have. You need to reevaluate as well. So, yes, Tom.
Can we just kind of set group timing to help traders trade this? For example, my trading hours are after New York close on Monday to 5 a.m. New York open on Friday. So they're 2 profit-taking days.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll play with your trades, spike them up and down and stuff to get you either in or out or scare you or hit your stop or whatever.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor and don't trade in those times. Try that just for this week. See if it helps you. Not Sunday night, not Monday morning. Wait till Tuesday after New York closes.
So no. Let's put it more in terms of not a location, Tom. Let's talk about once the market's open, maybe not trade for the first 12 to 24 hours and not trade at the last 12 or 24 hours of the market closing for the week. Does that work, Tom?
You guys could trade anytime you like. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what I have found worked best for me with this strategy is all I'm saying. So if you guys want to set some times, parameters, and guidelines for yourselves, this is what has worked for me on this strategy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Post New York on the Monday, which is, what's that, about 4 or 5 o'clock? I don't remember exactly.
Put it this way. It is 24 hours after the market opens. Just remember that. That's all you need to remember, because we're dealing with people in so many different time locations. We all know when the market opens for us. So that's why I'm trying to make it very general. 24 hours after the market opens is where the higher opportunities potentially are. Doesn't mean you can't trade in the first 12 to 24 hours. You certainly can. It just has more volatility in it because after the market has been closed for the weekend, you really don't know what the hell it's going to do. They could have 100 pip, 170. I've seen 170 pip gap. I mean, it closed at one point on the Friday, it's a Saturday for me, but when the market closed for the week and when it opens, it's 170 pip difference. in where it finished and where it started. So, just be mindful of that. And then at the end of the week, there's this scurry of profit taking in that last sort of, it can be in the last couple of hours, but that's the last 12 to 24 hours is sort of where the sweet spot. And Tom, I think what Tom's trying to say, the sweet spot is in that middle sort of 3 days of trading.
Mhm.
Yeah. Am I right, Tom?
You're correct. And I actually
Okay.
don't really start taking trades in the Asian session.
No.
I'm looking for setups coming into London because that's when, New York has moved it around a little bit, stall punted, all that kind of stuff. And then Asian market's going to set it up. London's going to act on it. So that's kind of how I start my week. I'm looking for that movement.
And my comment on that is we want to take great trades, not just any trade.
Correct.
I've said this plenty of times. The great trades are normally in that sort of middle of the week. Yeah. And around the question of news, yes, news can knock you out on this. And yes, you might want to consider news. I don't particularly worry about it, to be honest. That's me. This strategy as such, yes, news is going to knock a whole lot of people, and so it's just an extra thing that I don't really need to worry about to a certain extent. You can though. I'm not saying you don't. Take whatever into consideration. Okay, so worthwhile being here, Helen. Just to surprise you.
Yeah, sorry, I had to find my mouse to unmute. Yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you. It's been really good.
Yeah, no worries. And
oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, really enjoying it.
Okay.
And I'm not being, you know me, Brian. I don't know. I mean, Tom doesn't obviously, but I'm not being argumentative. I just like getting involved and tweaking, and
never taken like that.
I accept that, Anne, and believe it or not, I'd rather have the arguing. Because when you argue with me, you point out all my flaws. I can accept them, change them, and make it better.
I think let's call it. Let's hang on, Anne. Yeah. Let's call it clarification, not argument.
Absolutely.
It's about clarification.
Absolutely.
That's why I throw stuff at Brian all the time.
What with tweaking and pitching and pitchforks, it's like, goodness, tuning forks. We're veritable farmers, Brian. We'll be coming working on your land before you know it.
Yes. Well, now, Tony, thanks for your feedback. Was it worth being here?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I say, it's only because of work commitments I wasn't here last week, but I wanted to put myself in a strong position to watch tonight on hopefully a level playing field with yourselves. And the changes that have been made tonight just took it to another level as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Byron, where are you at? If you're able.
Well, in the past, I had 3 wins, 2 losses on a demo. And so let's move forward and see what we can do with this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, David, where are you at?
Yeah, well, on the Friday, I didn't risk my entire account, so I'm going to do that tomorrow instead on it. So yeah.
Are we talking about a demo?
Oh yeah, I mean, demo a day. If I'm either get doubling the account or I'm losing it by the end of every day.
Okay, yeah, because David's David, to be polite, David is fresh meat as a trader, so hasn't got. There's no aging.
Jungle.
Yeah, the scars are to be created. Are you able to speak, Glenn, or is it too quiet in the household? No. Okay. No. That's quite okay. No. I know, because it's like, people sleep and stuff. All right. Now, keep this whole thing as a bloody secret, will you? Just don't let this get out anywhere. All right.
Oh my God! I told Paul.
No, not even Paul. Don't tell Paul.
I I'm so sorry. I told him. I mean,
Oh,
the entire bloody world knows now.
Yeah, no.
It's all
Well,
over.
it's all over, Red Rover. Oh, well, anyway, we'll try and keep it. We'll try and keep this away from Paul. We'll see how we go. All right, then. I think, as I said in the chat at the end of the week, this doesn't really suit a scalper. This is a relaxed, patient type of trading. You need to sit on your hands. There are rules to follow. There's a psychological aspect that needs to be developed to maybe keep a demo account and not kill it. But it's just, anyway, see how we go. My aim is to look at prop firm in relation to this and look at trying to scale, well, not trying to actually scale it, because I think that's also where things are at. We can have our own, and that's fine. And I think I described the other week when I think it was on the Thursday when we're talking about prop firms, Tom, of opportunity, and Byron chimed in and had also another option to be able to copy your trades from whatever yours to another account, which could be a prop firm account or whatever. It means that you don't have to go like, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to put the trade on this one and I've got to go over here and put the trade on that one. It will just do it. Yes, there's a cost related to it, but it just creates a more relaxed environment for you to be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just think about that one. And if anybody needs advice, we can talk about that another time. All right. I've got
most of the prop firms now, just this last 7 days, they're all going to no time limits. So that makes it a whole lot easier. There is no rush to it. You can put 2 trades a week on. There's no rush. Yeah.
And a lot of them, if you're wanting to actually commit, I'm not saying you do, but if you're wanting to commit to actually pay for an option in a prop firm, a fair lot of them are trying to compete with each other with percentages off the initial the initial option that they have. So 20% off this or this.
I'm trying to think who it is now this week. Who's changed it? Trading Funded Plus. They've gone to 8% now. They have one that to compete with my Forex funds. So they're all, as you said, they're all competing. They're all
there's another one. There's another one in the UK. It's gone to 8% as well. There's a different one. Hang on, let me find it. It is called StockNet Institute. You can try that as well. That one, where am I? Here. Hang on a second. Where are we? You're here. I will share. This is not a recommendation. This is just, looking at what's available. This is actually a UK one. They have 8% maximum drawdown, scale every 10%. You're allowed to use, but that doesn't matter. Do not go all in. And it's just saying trade through news. And you can trade weekend. 30 days inactivity. That's all we've got. And don't use hedging. That sort of stuff. So that's basically their rules. Anyway, so just things that you want. It's called StockNet Institute. STO. I'll just put that in the chat. Where is it? There and there. And this is not a recommendation. This is just a potential possibility. Yeah.
I just like looking at all of them and comparing them and saying, okay, what are they up to?
Yeah. That's what life is about. Just comparing. Rightio. Thank you for your input. All right. Yeah, Tom. Yes, the market will open in 3 minutes, and then let's see what happens. Just be patient. Let it all just settle, and then we'll look at those things. We can put stuff along as we go. Some of those trades that I'm in that are positive, those trades this week or through this week, I may be profiting out of those ones and then changing direction in them too. So
that's a good point you're making. Actually, if you were going to do anything in the market on or before the Asian market, is watch your trades.
Yeah.
Now's when they're going to try and go after stop losses and stuff.
Losses, yeah. I do know. That's right.
That's a good point.
All right then. Until next time. Take it easy, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Care.
Yeah.
And
remember,
travels.
keep it a secret. Just us. All right. Nobody else needs to know. All right then. Ciao.
Take care.
All right.
Ciao.
Yeah.